Cars pulling onto the track. That is Billy Benoit, Fort Myers, Florida, the number 20. And next up is the 4R. That's Alec Rosum, Glenfield, New York. And next is the 13 of Brian Rose, Flushing, Ohio. Couple round backs. 724 pulling out. Looks like Mike Tosco, 227. X. Trey Gregory. 00, Zach Eaton. Car stretching way back in the distance.
Slowly starting to make their way up through here.
What do we see up there in the top of turn 4? Ronald Gregory, Portland, Tennessee there, 012.
Chad Laird says Tasco and Abbott are asking people to wish them luck because there are too many hard cars in this feature.
Near demo presenting the turn back the clock class here tonight. That's the 53X. Will Zach. Chardon, Ohio. T91 pulling out. There's the 68. Dustin Kidd is in the 68. X, Jesse Gregory.
Help with Facebook on my phone playing our videos.
John Hamlin there, number 34. There's the number 24. Come. 008 first, Billy Penwell. And the number 08, Tony Penwell, rounding out our order. Number 24, West Windbreak from Eaton, Ohio. Saw him pulling out.
walks in, I'll give it a side. Down to our camera, we have really fired this great job out there.
There's Abbott. There's Abbott, first car on the track. Well, here we go.
Oh, somebody started the countdown and the driver turned it off. Took off at 5.
Tim Novak in that T91
Steering's broken already.
with a huge shot and it knocked the steering out of it. Boy,
Oh, Lemon running right Kenny Franklin place. It looked like it was broken on the driver's side.
already a lot of steam coming out of that 012. Ronald Gregory, heavy steam.
But, watching it, aggressive, always excited.
68 Imperial, 67 Imperial.
Red flag on the track, they're trying to roll these guys up.
Bumper on the track.
Shameless Weldon red flag.
Oh man, early exit for the driver of the number 4R. All done out there. Tough break.
Sea of Jag stickers out here.
Brian Schumann, all white number 86.
Kind of run next to each other as best we can. Got Combs getting worked in here. And then the 00 of Eaton underneath the front side of Combs.
Hamlin doing some work up there at the top of the track in the number 34. That was the number 68 that we just saw for a split second.
Ooh.
Kidd in the number 68.
Uh-oh.
Corner getting knocked in on that number
Combs
15.
steering is completely done. Right here in the center, 64. Tires are all cattywampus. I don't know how he did it, but he's got 4 tires going 6 different directions. Oof. Kid working that rear end.
Yeah. Closed the gap on the tuck, but you can see it shifted at least the body if the rail didn't go with it on that right side. Pulled it up.
Yes.
Boy, things going from bad to worse there for Tyson Combs. You see the steering not cooperating, and now the right front tire is off it completely.
That might actually help him. There's 012, you understand? bumper. Trying to get him stopped.
Yep.
Came off Abbott's car. Shock tubes are still there. Didn't see him. So a few drivers that were on our drivers list have not made the call. One being the Sayopa machine. And the flip side to that coin, the bronze, also not making the call. Is it really the turn back the clock feature without the bronze and the Sayopas?
I know, right? I always enjoy watching them battle like they absolutely hate each other. And then the derby's over with. They get out, handshake, slaps on the back.
Yeah.
It's always a fun one to watch as it plays out.
Cook on the grill together. Take some pictures next to their signs that say Braun for life, Sayopa for life.
Quarter panel doing some weird things on that 227. It's Mike Tosco.
Somebody's working hard by our microphone. There it is. Cole's doing everything he can to make that thing move. Had enough.
That's it. Tough break. And the stick down on the number 13X as well, Jesse Gregory. And remember, the 012 of Ronald Gregory was steaming heavily. There's a good look at that 012. And that steam really picking up some intensity. That 012, able to still run and move at this juncture. As you can see, a lot of heat and steam there pouring out from under the hood of that 012, Ronald Gregory. Penwell occupying his spot momentarily.
Here at demo.com, turn back the clock class started off pretty fast paced, and then things started to settle down as there was some quick attrition. A couple of surprise breakages, I would say.
Yeah.
Holmes in the 64, always one that you see running down towards the end, always driving hard and just having some early bad luck. 13X broke off pretty early.
Trey Gregory, we just saw him. He's also out. Big shot delivered right there.
Oh.
Brian Rosen at L13, navigating his way down to the other end of the track.
Couple drivers starting to turn it up over here.
Eaton's got the back of that wagon squared off pretty well. See that he's got the rear portion of the frame, that shackle area is all exposed. Just inviting a pillar parking extravaganza on the back there, daring anybody to take that shot because it's most likely going to cost you the steering components.
Yeah. That's crazy. The Malibu wagon, West Monterey.
Did I call it the wrong thing?
No, George was confused.
You ever run a Malibu wagon?
Actually, no.
No?
Not the
For all
wagons.
the Malibus you guys went through?
Sedans.
Yeah. Huh.
I've helped build a couple of Malibu wagons.
Not even the 2 doors. Always the 4 doors.
Yeah. Well, I ran some 2-door sedans.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
My Dent Malibu for Eastern Championships was a 2-door.
Was it? Jim Mann had a Malibu
Yes, he did.
at Kings of Old
Kings
School
of Old School.
when the roof was collapsing, and he was looking out the window saying, "Please let me keep going. I'm almost out. I'm almost out."
And our Derby Parts red flag. That was a rough ride for him. The reason they stopped him was because the gas tank was in danger, in the back seat.
It started in the back seat. It was almost the carburetor.
That's
By the time they
started.
said maybe it's a little too much.
Yeah. He drove it off the trailer back at home. Used it as a rolling billboard for another show.
It was Dan Godfrey that was
Did some
doing
damage.
some damage
Yeah.
along the wall.
Tore that thing open, and it wasn't a rusty car.
No, it was a good car.
There's a nice tight shot.
That's Hot Dog right there.
The movie?
No, the door.
Oh. YouTube the movie sometime.
Nope.
Just putting it out there. If you like freestyle skiing, then you'll enjoy that movie.
Okay. All right. And now we know. Back after it. Can see some of the attrition that we were alluding to there on this wide shot where you look around the track and there has been a bit of a fall off. Herb Corbin in the 521 still doing work out there. Look at the leaf pack under that 521.
Yeah. That's going to help that thing hold up. Boy, somebody got a hold of the back of Bubba's car.
Yeah, sure did.
It's a very clean wagon. That bumper's moments away from breaking off and causing a flag.
Lonnie Hicks there in the 211. That was the hot dog machine. Gotta get out of there.
Schumann looking good. He's vying for the title of King of Ohio. He's qualified for running. Oh boy.
That was Schumann. Red flag out.
bumper down the far end.
Probably gonna end up doing that again here, not too
Yeah.
far from now. You know, Lonnie Hicks was headed down that way. I wonder if that was the bumper that finally came off the back of that machine.
That's what I thought. Okay.
That sounds like somebody's working an engine awful hard for not a lot of movement.
Oh,
Whoa.
nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Wes, big smile on his face.
Yep.
Oh, man,
Oh.
look at that stick in there.
Yeah, buddy.
Thumbs
Big
up
thumbs
from the
up.
driver. Now the steam's starting to roll out of the 24. Ooh,
Good hit right there.
that was Moyers?
I believe it might be.
I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. I apologize.
I think that was Brad Nash in that number 95 that we just caught a peek of.
Rear tire coming apart on Eaton's machine.
He might make out all right just because all that sheet metal has cleared the tire, it looks like, for the most part.
You know, so many times people equate Derby to a board game of some sort. And some of these drivers are playing chess, and a few are playing Hungry Hungry Hippos. Oh, watch the door. Wes. Keep that camera on Wes. Don't go away. He's putting a show on.
Wes is out there playing sorry. He is hurting cars with the front of that
Yes,
wagon.
he is. I mean, the noses on those things are strong, and he obviously built a good car.
Tangled up here, though. Caught up on Abbott. You can see the bumpers are entwined,
Got a little help there.
and he's out.
Brian
Schumann has built a very stout piece for this.
Schumann giving Abbott the royal treatment. Not good.
Benoit with a good shot.
They're all packing in.
And then Wires adding to the calamity. It's a very unhappy left front wheel on that L13.
Rose's machine.
Doing what it's supposed to, but it's doing so under protest. Now here we get a good look at the Tony Penwell machine working in the middle. 95N. Doing some work.
Ooh.
00 Zach Eaton. Big shot delivered to the doors. Can't say it's been knocked out, but definitely compromised, if nothing. Steering out of the left front corner there, kind of flopping around a little bit.
Isn't that 53X? Got the list there.
I'm glad you caught the number.
Will Zach. Will Zach in the 53X.
Still a lot of smoke pouring from the number 24.
Cody Fields, thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate it.
Jason Lovejoy there. Green top with a black body. Trying to find some room to work with. Big hop right there. Might not seem like much, but that puts a lot of stress on that rear end.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, only ask for so much out of these things.
You can see the sheet metal on the left side starting to collapse down on top of the left side drive wheel on that Lovejoy machine. Oof. Benoit working the quarter panels. Benoit out there in the number 20. Eaton in the number 15, and we got a red flag. This red flag brought to you by 448 Designs.
Trent Burke, thanks for tuning in. Glad you're enjoying the show, man. And I want to just publicly appreciate all of these drivers that are doing such a great job of keeping everybody entertained out here. It's been fun to watch. Back up.
And off we go. Schumann looking good up there on the top of the track. You can see he took a big shot in the door. Do you see the hole?
Yes.
The rear passenger side door. There's an official up there that is fairly interested in the doings of the white number 68.
86.
I'm sorry, yes, 86. Lovejoy spitting a little bit of water there. Good shot.
Oh, boy. Bubba protecting. Ooh, swing and a miss.
Second time he's done that. Ran over the rear frame section and bounced that 710 high in the air. See the left front
Ouch.
wheel shutter. Wow. Boy, the roll on the back of that, whatever just pulled away, was perfect. Right on the edge of those pillars and crumpled the left rear side of that number 14. Bubba Eaton. Lovejoy going after that right front corner on the Eaton machine.
Taking everything he can get.
Steering now down on the 710 of Lovejoy. And this is going to bring out Chambliss Welding red flag. Check Chambliss Welding out online, chamblisswelding.com. Another quick stoppage here. The officials
Picking up a bumper. Also, fans, if you're into shooting as a hobby, if you like to go out and shoot targets, Chambliss Welding has a great assortment of shooting targets as well. They do gun shows and different stuff too, so check them out for that.
I think he had some of those at Capital City Carnage. Some of those set up when we were out there last spring. Will Zach, something got up on the back of that number 53X and really collapsed the back half.
Yikes, it was looking really good for a long time, now not so much.
And that copper and white number 53 having some issues with the frame section in the back half of the car. It's only going to be a game he can play for so long.
Yeah.
Eventually we're going to start having more concerns about that back end getting shoved up underneath those back wheels as low as it is. Another red flag. GH Graphics red flag here.
Visit George's website at ghgraphics.net. My choice for door wraps and roof signs. Should be yours too.
Was that bumper hitting the ground?
Yes.
That was loud in here.
Well, no, I think it was somebody coming out of the stands.
Oh,
next
okay.
to us.
Somebody falling out of the stands?
Maybe. Wow.
That's a case of it's better to be lucky than good. Wes was just marching down the track and Adam Eaton backed up and he was able to put that shot right square on the right rear wheel. Just as we say that, if Wires comes along, a very purposeful head-on shot into the right rear of the 24. Here comes Schumann now getting into the mix in the white number 86.
Oh boy.
Schumann launches the 24 into the 00 of Zach Eaton. .227. Back end starting to fold up on that orange and black car. That is Mike Tosco.
Oh.
West with a good shot delivered on the left front corner. A lot of wheel hop in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that car that we were talking about a little bit earlier where the quarter panel did some funky things. It looks like he didn't get hit with a square shot, and the impact was a little bit behind center, and it folded the quarter panel funny, and now it's creating a weird leverage point as that back end continues to bend here on the left side.
Continues like that, it'll quickly dump it in front of the rear wheel.
Bending 90 degrees, and number 68 of Kidd at the frame section, just about perfect. But you can see there was still a lot of trunk lid to flatten out.
Yes.
On that number 68.
Oh. Front tire on Eaton's machine. Oh, it was just flat. I thought it laid over further than it really was. Just looked bad.
It didn't look good.
It's certainly not helping him.
No, and even still with that flat tire acting the way that it is, that's going to put a lot of down pressure and stress on the wheel and the connecting components there on that right side.
Boy, is it Voyer? Voyer?
Voyers.
His front wheel is inside the frame rails of the wagon right now.
And very content to keep him there.
West's going to come and do it again.
No, if he's not careful, he's going to knock him out of there.
No,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, it was.
Will Zach trying to knock Voyers out of that wagon. And he did it.
Got there, yep.
He's going to lose a bunch of shrapnel off the back. He's going to throw a flag. Oh, boy. Oh!
Wow.
Shrapnel came off.
Jettison Voyers into low orbit. And
yikes.
there was a collision right there.
And LR Derby Parts red flag.
Tony Penwell on the receiving end of that. Brad Nash was in that mix too. That's the 95N there in the middle of the track. And the 008. Taking a shot from Wires. 177X. Now stuck together, the 227. Having some issues. Briefly hung there on the Schumann machine. Billy Penwell in the 008. West in that 24 has now ceased steaming.
Just about to say that. Just a little bit left there, but not like what he had before.
Lovejoy battling it out down there with the 08 of Tony Penwell. Winner takes home a $10,000 check. Not a bad payday.
I'd spend it. I'm not too proud. Wow. Just for the level of contact that has been being made here from Wes, he's got to be in the running for Mad Dog for this season.
Oh, I would think, right?
Oh, boy.
Not the result he wanted from that shot. And stick down there. Lost another one.
That was the 95 that went down.
Nash, right? The number 95 in. Brad Nash takes the stick down. A far more composed Voyers. He was out there working at the top of the track. He did not take any additional full tilt impacts there after he broke the radiator on that last shot. Slowed things right down. Bent left rear wheel on the 227.
Oh,
Square on the doors.
glad they let these guys run door plates.
A lot of steam pouring from under the hood of the 008 Billy Penwell. Mike Tosco getting bounced around a little bit in the 227. Schumann still doing work. Putting the bumper on the right rear corner of the number 14 of Bubba Eaton. As you said, the Eatons were going to be around there at the end. Tony Penwell in the number 08. Boy,
Another Mad Dog contender right there.
big time. Big time. Warriors and Eaton doing battle. Right square in the middle of a potent ball of steel.
Look at the rear tires on Wes's wagon. He was in a hole. Rear of the car is basically dragging on the ground. You see the ruts it's digging?
Yep.
He just digs himself in. Gets bumped, and it gives him just enough momentum to move a little bit. He pulls forward and falls back in that hole.
He's got a turn now.
There you go.
You can see the front wheels on that number 14 twitch a little bit as the 24 went by. Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Down to 7, maybe 8.
I think West is all done.
Yeah. Seemed like those stacks might have started to change colors on him there.
Yeah.
A lot of heat buildup. Here comes Warriors. Wow, look at that. Body peeled right off the floor of the trunk.
And that's basically all defensive, too.
Yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't bring that up. Anyway, Penwell.
Oh, it's so great. Penwell going back for more.
Yeah, stacking them up.
Bubba getting involved.
So, feels like the pace picked up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we're getting down there. It's time to start finishing.
That's Lovejoy, knifing his way across the track. He went after the nose of the 00. That's Zach Eaton.
Zach's been out for a while. I think Lovejoy's just.
I don't think he's got any
Yeah.
steering is compromised
He's
there.
just trying to find something. Somebody get in my path.
And Heat just volunteered to do so.
Yes.
Whoa. Big burst in the middle there.
And we got a red flag.
Is that all from, oh, there's the two wagons up there. Both of them. They're steaming pretty heavy. .448 Designs red flag. Here, one more stoppage. As pace picked up, and you could see a lot of collateral damage being delivered as everybody started using the front ends and making some shots, trying to finish cars off, put rear ends in the dirt, get cars to dump, collapse those arches, do the best that they can to try and wrap this thing up, and at the cost of their cooling systems. Looks like most of the players here at the end do still have steering, and doesn't come to immediate memory anybody that's here in the final little bit of having any flat front tires that would lead to that being compromised either.
You mentioned steering, and I don't know for sure, but I think Schumann is fighting some steering issue right now. And it looked like he was not getting the shots he wanted to get.
Schumann might be fighting a couple issues up there.
Now they've hung him to Eaton's 0-0.
Yeah. Did we lose West too? Yeah, stick is down on the 24.
Yeah, he broke a transmission.
Look at how much the roof has moved on that 227.
Schumann got himself free of the 0-0, but definitely appears to have a steering issue.
And he was there for a little bit. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to make qualifying contact here. Trying to bank shot it off the wall.
That's rarely successful. At the time when you try it, you're like, I got to do something.
Yeah, I mean, straight desperation. If it works, great, you're a hero. If it doesn't work, you're going to run out of time anyway. At least you tried.
More often than not, the Jersey barrier tips over and you get hung on it.
How exciting.
Yeah, it's a good time. More junk on the track. Stick down on Schumann's car. He's climbing out. Let's see what we got left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. 5, 6, 7. They're like zombies. They were dead, but now they're moving.
Main event here on night 2 of the Bash for Cash. This round presented by Near It Demo online, nearitdemo.com. Bubba Eaton. We talked about Bubba early on and some of the issues that were developing there on that left rear corner. And you can see, though, that he's been able to really endure that. The quarter panel has pushed into the interior of the car. The pillar mount sucked right up over the top of that wheel, and it's been able to stay mostly clear of that left rear tire. Got a bit of a rat's nest developing up there at the top of the track. Both of the Penwells were briefly locked in. Oh man. Sticky roundbacks. Down to 7. And up there at the top of the track, look at this exchange. The number 08 pushed up there against the wall and trying to get out of there. Got a little bit buried. That was a heads-up move. I think that was, might have been Lovejoy that was able to execute that. Voyer's still out there. Look at how much that hood is TP'd up, and that is a very, very hot 177X.
He's asked for a lot out of that thing.
You're getting excess fuel burn off out of the left side bank, and you're not getting anything out of the right side bank on the stacks. And now he is feverishly working, keeping his head on a pivot out there, trying to make sure he doesn't get hit by anything unforeseen. He's got it running. And looks like they might have shut down on him again. And up there at the top of the track, in danger of being timed out, And there's the official in the window of the number 08, Tony Penwell. Looks like he was being advised to shut it down. And it looks like the wires may be all done as well. Let's flip-flop that. It was the Lovejoy machine, the more olive green hued car with the back of the car facing us. That car looks like he is all done. And the 227, Mike Tosco, still out there running and moving. We might be down to our final 5. You can see some coaching being given from the number 08 up there at the top of the screen. Tony Penwell telling Billy, keep it calm, slow it down.
Kid in the 68, still working around.
Dustin Kidd. Might be looking at 3 right now with the Voyers and Penwell tandem still tangled up together at the top of the track. Dustin Kidd in the 68, the number 14, that is Bubba Eaton, and the 227 of Mike Tosco. Some twitchiness out of that right front wheel on the number 14. Kidd trying to help bury the number 14 in the corner. Tosco taking advantage, trying to use the right rear corner to knock the wheel off that right front on the number 14 of Eaton. Here comes Kidd now. Turns his attention back to the 227. Slow approach. And once again able to get that to refire is Voyers. Don't know the status of the 008 that he is attached to. You see the sparks now flying from the bead lock on the side of Billy Penwell's machine as it bounces off the quarter panel of the Voyers car. So obviously back wheel still spinning on the number 008, but they are hung nonetheless. Here comes Eaton now in the 14. Once again, patient approach. Trying to wait for the shot that he wants. And we were talking about that right front corner on the number 14. It looks like the steering may have been damaged. We talked about the twitchiness there. So now he is buried up there at the top of the track with steam now beginning to pour from under the hood. He's able to get it refired. Kidd gets out of the way, ready to turn it around.
Make the hit, Kid. It'll be too little too late now. Voyers and Penwell got to be timed out.
Go ahead and he's going to catch Eaton up there. Kidd might have been able to play the game a little bit. I don't know if officially the 177X had been timed out at that point. And he was able to get it turned and get up there and make a qualifying hit on the number 14. Now the 14 in no man's land, all by his lonesome up there at the top of the track. And there goes the rest of the class, electing to settle this thing amongst themselves. 227 Mike Tosco and the number 68 of Dustin Kidd. Locking horns here, using the nose, trying to work the back end of that number 227. It's been a bit of a topic, how funny that corner has been. And also we talked about how the roof is starting to go away. Kidd doing some heads-up driving. There's a good look at what the number 14 is doing, trying to get out of there. Now trying to bang around the nose of the number 08. I'm not sure if 008 of Billy Penwell realizes that the 14 has no steering. Looks like there's a bit of protest inside the cockpit there. Heavy steam now coming from under the hood of the Eaton machine, so he is really running low. Sands in the hourglass getting thin for Eaton. Down to possibly 2 here within the next few seconds. Idle on the track, the number 227. Able to get it refired. Kidd back to work on that left side.
Both rear wheels on Tosco's machine have been considerably bent throughout the course of this feature. Working that rear end extra hard when he spins those wheels. The vibrations are not good for that thing. Both sides bent up. sparks from the pinion brake on Kidd's machine.
A lot of steam coming from inside the cockpit on the number 68. Not sure if he has directed his overflow there or if that is smoke that's coming from the oil cooler.
Trans-cooler. Usually that smoke starts to accompany a very high-pitched whining noise.
Right. They're essentially right behind us where we are, and I don't hear any of that.
Tosco working hard. He's done a good job with that rear end. You know, we talked about how it took a weird bend, but he's protected it.
He's done a really good job of when he's been forced to use it, hitting square too. He's not hitting with one side or the other.
Right.
He's hitting
hard
even.
shot there.
That placement of that shot was great. Skated in off the door, right over the top of that back wheel, trying to injure that right rear corner. Both drivers right now acting with urgency in hopes of celebrating with valor out there. The number 68 now backing it up, trying to flank and get an angle on the 227. 227 brings it around, making impact on the left side. Smoke getting thicker now out of the Kidd number 68. Whoa, swing and a miss right there.
Both of these drivers up on the wheel, not wanting to make the mistake that could cost them this win. Trying to time it.
Yep, and now shoving. Taking that
Leaning
corner.
on it.
Yeah, taking that corner of the 227 right into the left front corner. You can see the nose is definitely straighter on the 227 too. The nose beginning to shift there on the 68 Kidd. Nice job using the bumper and the disabled Lovejoy car to shield a shot. Now smoke beginning to intensify on the number 68. Strategy-wise, to keep the 227 of Tosco honest when he was backed up in there, do you try to put a shot on the side of the Lovejoy car, threatening and reminding him that you could pin him in?
I think so. I mean, you have to use the
Bit of a
cars
missed
around you to your advantage.
Yeah, potentially a missed opportunity there as we see that steam continuing to grow thicker and thicker from under the hood of Dustin Kidd. That's the view from the sidelines right there as these two nosing it out here. And a hit with the bumper there by the number 68 of Kidd. Staying on the offensive. Pinion brake sparking as the 68 Kidd tries to slow it down the advances of the 227. The cheering section on their feet up there at the top of the track. All quiet trackside. The number 227 of Tosco able to refire.
Brian Horsley sending me messages. He is ecstatic right now. He called this with 10 cars left. Transmission just smoked on that car. They're checking on the driver.
Whoa!
Oh, that was what we were worried about.
He was already out,
Yes.
and not a moment too soon.